What's going on, guys? Taz here, and I'm back today with more Minecraft Xbox 360 news and updates for you guys. Now today 4J Studios did tweet, like I said yesterday, that the 1.8.2 bug fix update, the new title update for Minecraft, is going to hit soon. They gave us a full list of changes. They said it's about 50 changes on the list. What I'm going to do is in the description, I'll link the article in the description so you guys can go through and read it. I'm not going to read every single one, but I will go over the changes that they actually did make to the game. They've actually added some stuff in, but most of it is fixes, and I'll kind of highlight the fixes I think were more needed or what popped out at me, but you guys can go to the article and read all you want. But I wanted to bring you guys this information. Now, they did not give a full release date. They did say that it should be coming out soon. That probably means they've already given it to Microsoft, and since it is really only a bug fix update, it should not take as long as the actual 1.8.2 update took with Microsoft. I'm guessing, guys, again, this is just my speculation, but it'll probably hit next week. I wouldn't imagine it taking longer than a week to actually hit. So just look for 4J Studios tweet that when that'll actually be released. But let's go over some of the changes. They've added an option to clear the quick select bar in creative interface. They gave you an option to enable or disable the bedrock fog. Some people really didn't like that. I don't really mind. I'm not even near bedrock a lot, but bedrock does kind of give off a fog. They added an option so you can toggle the HUD off and on, which is really good for like recording and whatnot, and you could turn off the player's hand. So this kind of gives you a better ability to just record your map if that's what you're trying to do, and just look at the map without the HUD and without the hand for the player. They've also added a couple recipes, one for golden apples, where you can now craft on the crafting bench, and pumpkin seeds, which wasn't on there before. And then they made cake stackable, and they added a how to play page for the host and player options. So that's all they've added. That's only changes they put in this. It's not a lot, guys. Mostly, like I said, this is a bug fix update. I'll kind of highlight some of the fixes I thought were that popped out of me, and they're actually, what I'm looking for. They fixed the problem with the signs. When you loaded up games, the signs were making the worlds crash a lot. And supposedly they've fixed this problem now, so we'll have to wait and see. They fixed the chests being incorrectly lit. The chests looked really weird, and they were dark sometimes if it's a previous map. So they said they fixed that. They fixed the problem with the eating animation. If a player was eating who was close to you and you didn't have anything in your hand would still do the food animation eating. It was really weird. It didn't really bother me that much, but it was kind of weird. So they fixed that, and then they fixed a couple sounds. They fixed the sound for the player using stuff when his hand is empty. They fixed the lever sounds, and they fixed the fence gate sounds. Now, one big change that they did make to creative mode is that lava, milk, and water in the buckets. When you use that, your bucket will not be emptied anymore. It's like you have an infinite amount of lava, water, or milk. So that's really good. You don't have to keep putting buckets in your inventory. You only need one, and that's kind of the way it should be. They fixed the arrow damage not being ignored when PvP is turned off. So now when PvP is turned off, nothing can damage a player, not even bows and arrows anymore. They've also removed the player shadow when you're invisible. This is kind of annoying. I used this a couple times, and people could still tell where you're at based on your shadow. And I guess they've turned that off, so it's better if you're trying to use it in kind of a game mode situation. It's not too big of a deal, but it's something that they took off. One big thing that stuck out to me was they limited the number of slimes, gas, and silverfish that can spawn in a world. Now, when you're making a world for like a PvP match, on a super flat world, slimes are going to spawn everywhere. Now, if you play the game for a while, there's just going to be constantly slime spawning, and it's going to give you a lot of frame rate. Now that they've limited the amount of slimes that can be in the world, and now you're not going to get that frame rate, like you can see in a PvP match. Like if you're doing a prolonged thing in a super flat world, you won't really get that anymore. And now the last things they kind of fixed was the capes that displayed wrong when you were flying or sprinting, and they didn't really display if you were in the nether or if you respawn, so they fixed that. And they lowered the chest volume when you're opening and opening the chest. Opening and opening, that didn't make sense. When you're opening and closing the chest volume was kind of loud, and I guess they toned it down a bit. But that's all the fixes that stuck out to me, guys. Again, description, you can see the article for yourself and read everything that they have. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did find this informational, please do leave a like. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.